Hi, this is Michael Pariente with the Pariente Law Firm, PC. I am here in the Howard Hughes Center in my conference room. Wanted to take a couple of moments to answer a question I get a lot of parents ask me about. They ask me, can I get arrested for spanking my child? Unfortunately, the answer is yes, you can get arrested. Now, whether you're convicted, that means that it's proven beyond a reasonable doubt that you committed an act of child abuse. That's something very different. But unfortunately, in today's society, any type of spanking is viewed by a lot of people as abuse, and it can get you arrested. I recently successfully represented two people who were charged at Hoover Dam in federal court because they had spanked their child in public. And people called the police, and they were actually cited. They were charged with 2 counts related to child abuse in federal court. It was federal because it occurred on federal property. Unfortunately, I was able to get that case worked out to where they did a class online and the case was dismissed. But still, it is just so embarrassing to have to be charged with child abuse when all you did was reasonably discipline your child. So the answer to that question is yes, you can get arrested, and whether they can actually prove that that abuse was to such an extreme that it was not reasonable, and that's the standard, that it was an unreasonable use of force. Unless they can prove that, then it's a very hard thing for the prosecution to convince a jury that you're guilty of child abuse. The other thing too is under the laws of Nevada, you have the right as a parent to use reasonable force, reasonable discipline in disciplining your child. You can't leave a bruise that's considered excessive, but you are allowed to spank your child. It's just a question of what is reasonable. The problem with the law is what is reasonable today is different than what reasonable was 50 years ago. So I would just tell parents, if you have a situation where you are worried that maybe your child is going to accuse you of child abuse, just give me a call at my office. I'd be more than happy to sit down with you in person, or if you're calling from out of state, I'd be more than happy to take your call and we can discuss what I can do for you here in Las Vegas.